Hi everybody, welcome back to Ingram Orchids and More. Tristan here with my beautiful wife Kathryn. Sorry for being absent as of late, but we're back again for the meantime here. We've been really busy, but we have the week off for Thanksgiving, so we thought we'd make a video and tell you a little about what's been going on.
I'm definitely not a hippopotamus anymore. We had our third baby girl 6 months ago, and it's crazy how time flies. Everything went really good. It was my hardest pregnancy and hardest delivery, but she is healthy and she is thriving. We are choosing not to share any pictures or details just because we like to kind of keep those things private. But we know a lot of you guys were invested as we went through that journey, and she's healthy. She is the sweetest little thing. She was 8 pounds, 10 ounces, our biggest baby. I don't know if I need a walker yet or not, but you see the size of Tristan's head, and we'll just leave it at that. Yeah.
Yep.
But yes, we have 3 beautiful girls now, and we've definitely been busy corralling them. It's a full-time job taking care of 3 kids, working at the nursery, and trying to take care of your own plants.
Which of these come last?
So we've been trying to play catch up and taking care of everything, and it's been trying to clean up 6 months of neglect. So
the past couple of days, Kathryn's really been helping me trim up the plants, tidy everything up, weed plants, get things back in working order, because like you said, you know, we work full time and we've been really busy with the open house event at Palmer Orchids that just got done with last weekend. And then we have the 3 girls, which, you know, the 3 girls, they come first. They're our whole life, and so the orchids take a back seat. And what little time is remaining is what time is allotted to those, and sometimes that's not much, but luckily some things have survived for the most part. We've done some purging.
We've done some surgery.
We've done some surgery. We've done some purging. Gotten rid of stuff that's either dead or dying or doesn't meet our standards, and
we just definitely believe in being more intentional with our time and what we grow, and we can definitely attest to orchids that can thrive on neglect. So we'll definitely be talking about that in a later video, but what we wanted to talk about was the 2025 fall open house at Palmer Orchids and the plants that we got, because it's really cool to see what employees get. It's really cool to see what growers get, and I thoroughly enjoyed meeting our subscribers at the event, so thank you so much for coming out and supporting the nursery, saying hello to us. It's really fun to see you guys and talk to you and see what you're interested in growing and making recommendations. It was really fun. I think that was honestly the best open house we've had in ever. So
yeah, it's a lot of work leading up to it, but it's fun when the open house comes, because you know, it's
like Christmas.
Yeah, it's like Christmas, but you're also in a mindset, you're like, everyone's having fun, you're selling plants, and
it's just fun to talk about things, and you just get to catch up with people you wouldn't normally see, so it's definitely like a big family reunion. So we're gonna show you all the plants that we got, and basically I didn't get anything. I got some supply stuff, and Tristan got the plants. So
we tried to be very conservative this year. In fact, I was actually not going to give much of anything, because like we said, we're very the orchids are taking a back seat to other priorities, and so it's hard to bring home a bunch of plants that we're not going to take care of. But there was a few that I couldn't pass up, because I've been, you know,
we've been eyeing it for a while.
And then we did get some from Brethren Orchids, who's one of the guest vendors at the open house. Philip and Elizabeth, they're great people.
They're so cool. They always bring specialty fails. really cool Encyclias, just different types of species, and I think they really cater to orchid growers because they bring a lot of smaller plants that may or may not have bloomed before, and so you get to grow it up, be really invested in it, and get it to bloom.
And their specialty stuff, they grow a lot of things that are harder to find. Like I only picked out 3 things, and they were all things that you don't just find, at your
Home Depot or Lowe's.
And that's why I couldn't pass them up. So.
And we know how much Tristan loves Encyclias, so I'm not kidding. As soon as Philip and Liz set up their tent, he's just like over there and like, what are the Encyclias you brought this time? I want to see what other stuff you have. And he's over there, and then he's like, Robert, come here. And we all just gravitate towards his tent. So if he looks a little picked over before the Friday crowd opens,
yeah.
This one probably got some stuff.
I am an Encyclia nut, and I do my best to make sure I've killed at least one of every Encyclia species. So I brought one home. Another one I haven't tried to kill yet, so hopefully we can make sure that this one gets added to the list. Not really. Hopefully it grows well.
Please, Jesus. We'll keep it alive. So let's get started, and we're going to show you the plants, and then I'll try to insert orchid pictures, and we'll go from there.
So I only got 3 things from Palmer's this year. 3 Cattleyas. So Cattleya Nippon, variety Lavenza. So y'all can see that. This is a beautiful semi-alba. It's a white with a purple lip, and it's bigger than most semi-alba Cattleyas. It's just got a big flower. Really draws my attention. I'm a sucker for the big whites and the semi-albas and stuff like that, and pinks. So I haven't grown one of these before, so we'll see how easy this one is to kill. But nice healthy plant there.
Does it smell good?
It does smell good, yeah. Most things I buy, I tend to buy things that smell good or they're really, really stunning. Another one that I have not grown before, this is Irene Finney Spring Bounty. Right? Spring Bounty, yeah. AMAOS. This is another classic Cattleya. Both of these are pretty old Cattleyas.
I love how you put LC on the tag and it's just straight Cattleya.
It probably is Cattleya, yeah. Probably just straight Cattleya.
You need to leave the tagging to me, sir. Thank you.
But yeah, these are both older standard Cattleyas. Irene Finney is a super old plant, probably from the 60s or so. And
it's pink.
It is a pink, and y'all know I'm a sucker for pink Cattleyas.
And it smells good.
And it smells really good. And so the most special plant, I've been working on these at the nursery they have for a while, and finally got one for myself. Now this is a super special plant. This is Cattleya Warscewiczii alba, cultivar Firmin Lambeau. And this is a clone. And most importantly, this is a virus cleanup. These existed as virus plants. Somebody who's very special to us did a lab work on this for another orchid nursery, and we happened to get some at our nursery. But this is a flask, from a flask of virus cleanups. And so now we have virus-free clones of a very, very historic Cattleya. I believe this is the first white Warscewiczii ever found. And when I talk about old, this is over 100 years old. I think Firmin Lambeau was sold or awarded in 1910, so it got its FCC from the RHS.
Not AOS.
That's before there was an American Orchid Society. That was at the turn of the century, and I believe it sold for like $5,000 in like 1910 or something. So, as that tells you, that was a lot of money back then. And
it's a lot of money now.
still a lot of money, but these are a lot more affordable now because of work that's been done to clean these up and get virus-free cultures out into the general populace. They're still pretty pricey. We still have some at the nursery. I'm not going to say how much they are, but they're not unattainable.
It's a collector's item.
It's a collector's
for sure.
item. So you're going to pay a lot more for something like this than you would just a normal standard cat. But it's a piece of history, and I'm just a sucker for things like that, you know, things that are just historical value. It's not the nicest Cattleya Warscewiczii on the market, but for the history that goes along with it, it's worth growing, especially since, you know, how unavailable this was for, you know, 100 years or so. So
it has a special place in our hearts.
It has a special
sure.
place in our hearts, and I believe the original cleanups may have been done for Chadwick Orchids. So make sure you go check their nursery out if he's got those listed. Art Jr., Art Senior's son, runs Chadwick Orchids now. And he's a great grower just like his father. So you should check out their nursery because I believe he's the original grower of this plant.
What how long would you say it's going to take for that plant to bloom?
So that's a good question. I don't know. This is a first for me. And I did bring down an example just to show you how large Warscewiczii gets. Fermin Limbo, I think from this size, may get blooms in the next 2 years. If we grow it well. If we don't grow it well, it may take longer. But here is a seedling from SVO, well, from Palmer Orchids, but it was a flask from Sunset Valley Orchids. Now this is Warscewiczii alba. This is a seedling of two pretty prominent varieties. We have Kathleen crossed with Leo Holguin, and I believe Leo Holguin is progeny from Fermin Limbo. So one of the parents for this seedling, you know, has ancestry in Fermin Limbo. And there you go, there's the tag. Now this is an unbloomed seedling. So I have had this for a few years now. I got this, I believe, is a 4-inch plant from the nursery. And in that time, you can see how large it has gotten. At the advice of somebody who grows Warscewiczii quite well, I put it in one of these aquaculture baskets. Just because it's got good drainage. I got lava rock in the bottom third, and there's standard bark mixed with premium grade sphagnum moss. Now, something about Warscewiczii alba is it does really well in premium grade sphagnum moss. And you know, I'm not a big fan of sphagnum moss in general. I mean, it has its niche uses, especially with things like bulbophyllums and stuff that likes a lot of water. But I was told by people who are very experienced in growing these plants that they do really well in sphagnum moss. And it was not a lie. So with some of these Fermin Limbos at the nursery, we outplanted these in premium grade sphagnum moss, and I tried a few in bark mix, and I tried a few in tree fern fiber. And by far the best looking plants are the ones that we have grown in the premium grade sphagnum moss. Apparently they do not like root disturbance, and they do not like their roots, well, they don't like their roots to be disturbed, and when you repot, you're supposed to be very careful with the roots and only use premium grade sphagnum moss. And that has turned out to be an objectively true fact, at least for our nursery. They've also grown well in tree fern fiber, but the ones in the bark mix that were about the same size, you can see are much smaller. Have not done near as well as the ones in the sphagnum moss. So, as scary as that is growing outside in Florida in sphagnum moss, it's working well. If anything changes, I'll let you know, but I followed the advice I was given, and so far it has been very good advice.
We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
Yeah. So I did add, there is sphagnum moss in this bark mix because it was such a large plant. I didn't want to do just sphagnum moss. And so far it has done quite well, considering that I have given this plant very little care this summer because I've been a bad orchid daddy. It's probably got a little bit of slow release fertilizer, and it got some fertilizing routinely in the spring and early summer, but for most of the summer it's only gotten what little slow release is left in the basket, and it's doing quite well considering it got left out for 34 degrees and 35 degrees a couple nights about a week ago. You can see there is some cold damage. Warscewiczii is not known to be super cold tolerant, but along the edges here on the newest growth there is a little bit of cold damage. And I have seen cold damage on this plant last year, and guys, I'm just lazy. I did not want to bring it in, and sure enough, you know, it has taken some damage, but it's doing all right. So we're gonna find out how cold Furman Lambeau can get. I'll probably baby this one, considering how expensive and how rare it is. So I'll probably bring this one inside. But this just goes to show you, Warscewiczii is a big Cattleya, and they get, you know, large bulbs. I mean, this has not reached its potential yet. It can get much larger.
Very bushy.
Yeah, Furman Lambeau seems to grow a little bit more upright than most Warscewiczii. And another thing is Warscewiczii, old name is Gigas, Cattleya gigas. But it's been reclassified to Warscewiczii. You'll still hear some people call it gigas, but they're the same thing. So that's just to show you the potential of the Warscewiczii. We got our 2 Cattleyas from Palmer's. And now let's move over to the thing that we got for Bredred from Philip and Liz. So something I've never grown before is this. This is Caularthron bicornutum. Now this is a strange and interesting species of plant. It's got a white flower with some speckling in around the lip, and there's a lot of Cattleya hybrids that have Caularthron bicornutum in it. It tends to make a flower spike that's a little bit longer and smaller flowered with more clustering type inflorescences, and it tends to give a unique shape to the flower, more of a star-shaped flower that's got some speckles in it. There's one that's really prominent that people probably know. It's escaping my mind at the moment. Oh, what's that called? The one that ends in the cultivar Dream Dust.
I don't know.
Acres Aloha, I believe that has Caularthron in it. I could be wrong. You'll have to Google that and check me. I think Acres Aloha Dream Dust maybe has this in there. It gives it that shape. So here's something that I wasn't itching to have, but I've wanted one of these kind of for a long time, so I figured he had some seedlings of it. This is technically, what is this? Guartonia. It's why not crossed with Guartonia negrilensis. So yeah, this is a Guartonia. So it's why not, you know, is Guartonia iraniaca crossed with Guartonia sanguinea. Henry Wan is the why not cross back to Guartonia negrilensis. So it's mostly Guartonia, and these are known to be big, beautiful, bushy plants that throw a lot of flowers. They tend to be pink or purple, but I have not had this one before, so I figured it was a good time to snatch one. So here's the one that I saw, and I immediately knew. I was like, this is coming home.
First purchase.
I've never had one of these before. Now, this is a rare plant.
Hold up. I just want y'all to know, because my phone got a notification that said, "Thank you for your purchase at Bredred Orchids." And it was like, not even open yet on Friday. And I'm like, what did we buy? And then I just see Tristan like dee into the office putting the plant in there, and I'm like, what did you get? So this is the plant.
It's Encyclia Kingsii. I've never seen this for sale, and I knew Philip would likely have something like this. Because his dad, Claude's big into Encyclias as well. You'll probably know Claude, Hamlin Orchids. He's a big grower as well.
OG!
Yeah. So, Encyclia Kingsii, that is a super rare plant, I believe. Oh, from the Cayman Islands. I was thinking it was Cuba, but it's the Cayman Islands.
And big shout out to Bredred, because I hope you guys know it takes a lot of time and effort to make plant tags, and they put a lot of information on their tags. They let you know that it's a species and where it originates from, and they put the orchid culture instructions on there for you. So if you forget, they tell you what they do. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool. Kingsii is a lot like Fucata, and then to be honest with you, when I see pictures of Fucata and Kingsii together, they're so similar that I think I would have trouble distinguishing them. I feel like Kingsii maybe has a little bit rounder of a flower, but it's a lot like Fucata, which I don't have Fucata either. But these are other ones. They're like Tampensis. The butterfly orchid native to Florida, Encyclia tampensis, is very widespread, and it's almost like these are sister species, like they're very closely related to Tampensis, but the flowers are smaller and you tend to get more of them on an inflorescence. If we have a photo somewhere, we'll try and include it, but I've never seen this one in person, let alone grown one, so I was super excited for this. In fact, I probably should have just bought 2 of them. Because knowing my reputation, there's a good chance I might kill it. Kathryn wanted y'all to see this. This is a little thrip bitten because we haven't been spraying. But this is from Bread Rinse from last year. And I was actually kind of, I had forgotten about this plant. And sure enough, I saw it blooming on the bench. This is BC Ansel Gloudon or Gludon. I don't know how you pronounce it. I think it's
Gludon. I don't know.
But
Philip will watch this and be like, "That's not how you say that."
it's Cattleya jalapa crossed with Brassavola subbifolia.
So I saw this last year and they're seedlings. I was just so impressed with this one because I'm like a big fan of crimson and waxy looking flowers. So when I saw this, I immediately gravitated towards it. And what's funny is Robert got one too. I think he got a couple.
You might have, yeah.
And we really liked it. And I just feel like I saw the potential in this plant as it becomes a specimen size, because this is just gorgeous to me. The lip, the petals, everything. And you guys can see how tiny this plant is. It's only got a few growths and it's just putting on a little bloom show. So
yeah, recently Bread Rinse has been growing a lot of new hybrids that are, you know, they have the potential to be like really nice specimen plants. Like if you grow this up well, think about a big Brassavola ball. I would imagine this is going to be covered in flowers if you get it up to the size that, you know, that it really deserves to be.
But I love it. And that was how Tristan ran and made his first purchase. This is what I did last year, so.
Anytime y'all see a Cattleya jalapa hybrid, you know it's going to be dark and waxy. So Cattleya jalapa is a big Cattleya with a waxy flower, but it's used in a lot of breeding to get these darker red waxy flowers. I feel like Chocolate Drop is a jalapa hybrid.
Yeah.
Maybe Boothlee. Is Boothlee? I have so many plant names in my head, I forget, but Boothlee Venice might be a jalapa hybrid.
Hey, we just want to say thank you for coming out and supporting the nursery. It means more than you know. And it was really fun seeing you guys. And we've got more videos coming. We hope you guys have a wonderful Thanksgiving. And hopefully you are tending to your orchids and keeping them alive. And we appreciate you guys following along, and we'll see you in the next one.
All right, thanks guys. Bye-bye.